Hey garden friends! Okay, so today I have a really cool project for you guys that's really cheap and affordable. I decided that I'm going to go ahead and pot up some industrial buckets for my fall vegetable planting because I just think that that's going to be a better option than trying to redo this side of my house, because I just know it's going to be so much work and there are vegetables I have to get into the ground or into a pot as soon as I possibly can. So like today I need to get them in. So I'm going to go ahead and take you guys along for the ride so you can see what I'm doing, and hopefully this can give you guys some inspiration on a really cheap way to have some vegetables in buckets. Okay guys, so all you're going to need for this project is a drill and a 1/2-inch drill bit. That's just the biggest size that I have, so you could do something else too, and obviously some eye protection. I definitely would recommend to use actual eye protection for like a drill or for a construction project, but I didn't have any, so I just used my sunglasses. They are plastic, so they wouldn't shatter. Just FYI, don't use glasses. And then pretty much what I did is I just drilled 3 to 4 holes in each of the buckets. And if you find that some of the plastic isn't coming off, I found that if I pushed it into the hole and then drilled it again, that really helped to get any residual like little spirals off of the plastic. But this was super easy. Honestly, this was like, it took like 5 minutes to do all of this. So you just drill your holes in. Like I said, I did 3 to 4, but you could do more depending on, you know, how much you wanted your soil to drain, or maybe if you had a more peat-based potting mix, then you probably would want to do a couple more holes just so it could drain a little bit more freely. But it just depends on your area too. So if you have an area that gets a lot of rain, then you might want to do a little bit more holes. If you have an area that's drier, you might want to do a little bit less so it retains a little more moisture for your little seedlings. So yeah, it was super easy. So I was really pleasantly surprised by that. I also just wanted to show you guys what I'm going to be potting up today. So I have 4 seeds that I'm going to be potting up, and then I also have some little seedlings that I'm potting up as well. So hopefully these will do really well. I'm a little nervous that this guy won't have enough time to mature, but hopefully I can at least get some smaller pumpkins from him. So we'll see how everything goes. But I've got some summer squash here that I just thought looked really cool. Peter Pan hybrid, 50 days to harvest. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've got just some dark green zucchini, these mini harvest blend pumpkins, which I just think are so cute and are going to be perfect for fall decor and for Thanksgiving and all that good stuff. And then, of course, just a regular jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. So we'll see if this has enough time to mature before our first frost. And then I also have these guys, which I'll have a video coming out about how I did this. But I actually just sprouted some black beans that I had in my cupboard, and this is what they look like. So I was pretty excited. There's another one coming up right there, too. So I'm going to go ahead and pot a couple of these up here as well. And guys, I cannot tell you how much I love my wagon. If you don't have a wagon or a garden cart, oh my gosh, you definitely need to get one. It makes it so much easier with heavy potting mix. Also, I tried a new potting mix this time, hashtag not sponsored, and you'll see why in just a second. I actually didn't like it. So it seemed to me more like mulch than it does like potting mix. It was very chunky. It didn't have a lot of compost or finely milled dirt in it. So I definitely would use this again for mulch because it isn't dyed and it obviously has fertilizer in it and really good stuff for the soil. So I would definitely use it for that purpose. But I don't know that I would use it again for seedlings. So yeah, if you're looking for a good potting mix, maybe go with Miracle-Gro or something that just feels a little bit lighter. When I picked it up, I thought it felt really heavy, but I was like, it's no big deal. Turns out it was a big deal. So if it seems like your potting mix is super, super heavy, I thought it was just wet, but it was because it was not very finely milled and not very light and airy, which is probably what you want for your seedlings. So yeah, go with something else. After that, I just went ahead and mixed in some plant tone, just a little bit of fertilizer, just to give them a little extra oomph. But I probably would recommend to try with a starter fertilizer rather than just regular plant tone, but I'm broke AF, so I just use the same fertilizer for everything. So if you're on a budget, totally get it. But the biggest thing is mainly just to fertilize. It's better to fertilize than not to fertilize. And Actually, Garden Answer just did a video, which I'll go ahead and card, about how to have success in your containers. And she mentioned that even if the soil says that it has fertilizer in it, to go ahead and add some fertilizer. And she knows more than I do, so I'm just going to go ahead and follow her direction, and it hasn't done me wrong yet. So here you can see that I'm just going ahead and planting up my first container, which is my jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, and I was super careful the first time around, like spacing them super evenly, and you will notice that I used a lot of seeds, but I wasn't 100% sure about the germination rate on these seeds. It didn't say on the packet, even though I thought that it was supposed to, so let me know if I'm blind and I just couldn't see it. So I figured I would just put in more and thin the seedlings out once they started to sprout. I also want to let you guys know that I did go back and top dress these with some compost just to give them a little bit more insulation with water retention, just so that it'll help a little bit, since the potting mix that I used is a little bit more granular and isn't going to hold water as well. So I just wanted to mention that to you guys, that if you do the same as me, you've already bought it and you needed to use it that day because you needed to get the seeds into the pots, that's what I was doing, that you could always go back and amend the container mix just like you can amend soil. So yeah, all is not lost. So that's what I did, and I will definitely let you guys know going forward how everything went and how the seedlings have germinated, and give you guys updates along the way so that you can know how my strategy has worked.
It's harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our love tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like a mood, my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep.
Okay guys, so it's terrible lighting right now and it's so crazy hot, but I have to get inside and shower and go to work, so I'm going to show you guys this. It is finished. I did it. I got it done today. The stuff is in the ground and that's all that counts, right? So here's what I've got. Okay, so I could not for the life of me find my little labels, so I just wrote them on plastic knives, but I will try to find those labels here soon and then I will label everything. But over here I've just got my jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, and then over here I've got those mini harvest pumpkins, so those are the ones that are a little bit smaller, really cute, will be great for like the Thanksgiving centerpiece and fall centerpieces, and then you can also eat them, which is super cool. This one right here is my just my regular zucchini. It literally just says dark green zucchini, so hey, I'm cool with it. I'll probably eventually have to put some kind of trellis support system in here and with the black beans that I sprouted, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'll get that later. And then the last thing I have here is the Peter Pan squash. That's that green one that looks more like a gourd in my opinion. So that's in there. So that's what it looks like. They get full sun pretty much from about 3 o'clock, which is right now, until the evening, until like 8. So I think that should be enough time for them to be able to get sun. So hopefully we'll see how that goes. But I think it turned out pretty well. Alright guys, that's all I have for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out and to grow our garden community. I had so much fun making this video and I hope you enjoyed watching. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!